All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Welcome to Coffee and Conversation with Carol. Yes. It is Friday. It is Friday. Yes, it is. I'm still getting loaded up here. Trying to get onto Facebook Live on my platform, Coffee and Convos. Yes. It is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. Despite things going on, it is a beautiful day. Yes, it is. Um, I got a little work going on in my little humble abode. Um, I got a little work going on. Good morning, and good morning, sis. Good morning, everybody. So, welcome to Coffee and Conversations with Carol. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday. All right, today is November 22nd. Look here. We have exited Scorpio season and Sagittarius season has arrived. And look here, I know it's a lot of favorite Sagittariuses out there, but I have one that is the favorite in me. Okay, the favorite one for me, the favorite one for me. Yes, it is your birthday tomorrow, sis. It is your birthday tomorrow. Yes, Sagittarius season, and happy birthday, early birthday to you. And today is one of my favorite Sagittarius across the whole wide world. And his name is Isaiah. He is the big six today. He is the big six today. Yeah. I sent him his stuff to Fox 6, but they only picked 10 people. So I guess they didn't pick him. I watched the news to see if he was going to be on there. He's not. But that's okay because, baby, I can toot the horn for my baby. Toot, toot. It is his birthday, the big six. Yes. And let me tell you something. That, like I said, my grandson, that's my homie. That is my homie. I like to play around sometimes when I be talking about these zodiac signs, maybe because he is very blunt and very sure. Okay, very blunt and very sure. I would like to say he gets some of that from us, but I think it's got something to do with. I think it's got something to do with them Sagittarius, baby. And he loves to look good. Don't play with him. Don't play with him. He loves to look good. But yes, thank you, Pooh. Yes, it is his birthday today. He is the big six. So we had a very eventful morning. Very eventful morning. But we are going to be closing out our series this morning. And I'm not going to hold y'all long because today is the birthday party. So you know what y'all gotta do. I gotta do some running around. Yes, it's Janine's early birthday tomorrow. That's why I knew I love Janine so much. Sis, I love sis so much. I had her nephew the day before her birthday, baby. It's a whole lot of them in November. Just the whole month is saturated. Um, we're gonna be closing out the series. Are you clear on how you want to live and who you want to become? We are closing out that series. And as I said, every week we're going to come with a question for the week or a series of a question where we can dive and talk about it every day and just communicate back and forth and engage. Because guess what? Everybody sees a lot of stuff differently, right? You may see something one way, somebody else may see it a different way. And that is the beauty of it. And this is why I know that it was laid on my heart to start this podcast, this live cast, which is Coffee and Conversation. You get you a cup of coffee or whatever it is, your choice of what you like to drink in the morning. And we sit here and we just have us some good old conversation back and forth about, hey, good questions and engagement, and it gives you time to think about some things. So are you clear on how you want to live and who you want to become? And if you're not, we gave out tips this week on things you can do to become clear on how you want to live and who you want to become. If we recap, we did say something about identifying your values and writing those down. We talked about actively taking steps, okay, toward how you want to live and who you want to become. We talked about visualizing your ideal self, okay, on are you clear, how you want to live and who you want to become. We also talked about setting specific goals, all right? We talked about setting specific goals. I remember, I believe it was Sister Pooh who said, she wants to be mentally free. Okay, mentally happy, I believe it is mentally happy. Okay. We also talked about what are some questions you can ask yourself when it comes to, are you clear on how you want to live and who you want to become? Are you genuinely joyful? Are you what brings you genuine joy? What brings you authentic and just genuine, good old genuine joy, clean joy? Okay, that's what I think about with that. I talked about questions of what impact do you want to have? What impact do you want to have, right? What impact do you want to have? And I also talked about what skills do you might need to make that impact in certain areas, especially when it comes career wise. Okay. When it comes career wise, right? So we talked about all those things. Seek inspiration. That was another one. Embrace where you are and practice mindfulness. Those are all the things that we touched on when we talked about are you clear on how you want to live and who you want to become? Okay. So on this beautiful Friday, as you go and continue on throughout the weekend and everything like that, just think about that question. Are you clear on how you want to live and who you want to become? And when you think about that, think about where you are now, think about where you were, and think about where you're going. And again, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what status you are, it doesn't matter where you are. You can think about this question, and the thing is, we are always evolving, we are always growing, so you can always make a change. And I just wanted to leave that with you guys. Affirmation today's affirmation is: the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Okay. All right. So that is what the affirmation is. All right. And so here's what I want to say to you guys. Next week, I'm going to read a couple things to you. Okay. One of the things I want to say to you is we're going to be talking about next week. We're going to be talking about is your life headed in the right direction? One of my devotions that I read is about doing God's will His way, and it's steps to doing God's will. Step one was what was step one? I know it's action, accountability, and awareness. Step one was awareness. Step two, good morning, good morning. Step two was action, and step three was accountability. And so when you talk about doing things in a certain will, and when you talk about moving forward and doing things, you talk about your habits and your actions. In my head, I thought about, hey, here's a question. Have you had a life-changing moment that required you to change who you are? Have you had a life-changing moment to require you to change who you are? Have you had one of those? I don't even know if you want to call them epiphanies. Has something happened in your life where you say, you know what, I can't keep going this way. This ain't it. We have all kind of things that we end up with in our lives, right? We have things that we are addicted to. And addiction can be a lot of stuff. I want people to understand work can be an addiction. Some people throw off everything just for work. And you hear them, the folks that just no family time, no me time, no nothing, just work. Addiction can be a drug of choice. Okay. That can be an addiction. An addiction can be sexual. Okay. So there's a lot of addictions out there. I just want people to understand. And sometimes people have addictions to compensate for something either that they lost or something that's not being fulfilled, a void they trying to fill, things of that nature. And then sometimes you have life-changing moments in your life. A circumstance, a situation happens, and you go, guess what? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to change. I want to be different. I want to make an impact. I want to show people that you don't have to walk that path or that road you don't have to go. You know how you put those construction signs up and it says do not enter. You got some people who done went down a road and say, you know what, I'm the one that's gonna tell you you ain't got to enter that road. One thing I read, it says that we are what we repeatedly do. Okay, we are what we repeatedly do. That is exactly the point. Yes, it is, Sister Pooh. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Okay, because we are what we repeatedly do. But good morning, Annie. But some things that we repeatedly do, or and Brother T says, or they could be trying to escape reality, so they drink. Yeah. So you know, when you think about you are what you repeatedly do, and excellence then is not an act but a habit. You think about some habits that you probably shouldn't be repeatedly doing. And we need to replace those habits with some other things, right? Right. Um, and so when you think about that, when you think about what are we are what we repeatedly do, and then excellent then is not an act but a habit. I thought about next week diving into what addiction is keeping you from becoming who you need to be. Is there addiction that is keeping you from who you becoming to be? And if there is there something that we can say, some tips that we can give, or maybe point you in the right direction to help you come out of that space? All right. Come out of that space, come out of that time, right? And so that's what we're going to dive into. Good morning, Brother Michael. That's what we're going to dive into next week, because, you know, we got some people that are in some spaces that need to come out. And we're going to talk about, you know, some journeys that some people have been on that they get locked off into, to. And some people have had some life-changing moments. Brother T, where is Brother T at? Brother T, I need Brother T to come on in. I want you guys to, I'm gonna put somebody on the camera here, and we gonna introduce one of our guests that's gonna be joining us next week, pretty much every day. We're gonna have a whole engagement on some things, about choices, about addictions, about habits and help and everything like that. We're going to dive into it. So we're going to have that going on next week. Come on down. Turn it down or end it. All right, come on. All right. He didn't bring no chair in, so he's going to have to stand here. So this is my oldest. Kneel it down just a little bit for me. This is Terrence. And Terrence is going to be joining us next week. So for who don't know, Terrence was in a bad car accident a little over a year ago, right?
Yep.
It was about a year ago.
Yep.
About a year ago, where we didn't know. Yep. Hello, everybody. So we didn't know what was going to go wrong. This is my oldest. How old are you?
30.
He's 30 years old. And so we're going to dive in next week about some addictions, things that can alter who you are, right?
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Well, addiction, because addiction is it comes from a different form of stuff, like you trying to escape your reality, or you simply have too many feelings and emotions, and you want to no longer feel those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you do is you choose, whether it be your drug of choice or alcohol, or it could be work.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything, and you use that to escape your reality or your situation that you don't want to deal with.
Okay. And so in saying that, this accident that you had, mm-hmm. That you experienced, were you in the state of participating in the addiction that you had?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And so today is November 22nd. It's, you know, it's your favorite God birthday, you know, mm-hmm. your protector. So you have been sober from alcohol, correct?
Yes.
You've been sober from alcohol for how long?
A year and 1 month.
Woo! a year and 1 month. So we're going to dive into addiction. We're going to dive into new journeys. We're going to be on a path next week, and I'm hoping everybody joins. Okay. Good morning, Chick. Good morning. Good morning, Aunt Maddie. So I want everybody to join us next week at 8:30, where we're going to dive into talking about a little bit about addiction, and can we touch on a little bit of mental health awareness?
Yes.
Yes, we're going to touch on that as well, because I believe that we don't talk about it enough, especially with our Black men. All right. And join us, because Terrence is going to be our guest host all next week, starting at 8:30 here with Coffee and Conversation with Carol. Remember to live, love, and never ever stop laughing. Always find room to forgive, because ain't none of us perfect. None of us is perfect, and we are what we repeatedly do. All right. Excellence then is not an act, but is a habit. So if you want to be good, you got to practice goodness. All right. If you want to be free, you got to practice freedom. All right. I will talk to you all next week. You all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. And again, it is Sagittarius season, and one of the favorite ones is up first, baby. Little old Isaiah. Let me go get ready for this birthday party, because we're about to get cake wasted out here. All right. You guys have a great, great day. Bye-bye. All right. And then I'll go over some stuff with you.